Hello everyone! One more grammar lesson, and this time it is about comparisons, student book, pages 30-31. So, would you please get your books ready? By the end of our lesson, we'll be able to identify different forms of comparison through matching and to demonstrate understanding of the different forms of comparison through completing sentences using given words. Are you ready? Let's get started. Since it's all about comparisons, let's start by comparing between these three cartoon characters. Can you recognize them? Exactly, Hank, Peter, and Homer. Pause your video, please, and form as many sentences as you can using these or any other adjectives of your own. Well done! Let's share some of your sentences. Homer is shorter than Hank. Hank seems more serious than Homer. Peter is the fattest of the three. Hank seems the most confident of the three. Let's compare now between the two pairs of sentences. What's the difference between them? Absolutely. While the first pair of sentences are in the comparative form, which is a comparison between two people or two objects, the second couple of sentences are in the superlative form, which is a comparison between three or more people or objects. Details about these and other forms of comparison will be tackled throughout our lesson. Our journey towards identifying different forms of comparison will start immediately with exercise A, page 30. 3 sentences and 2 functions. Don't rush. Pause your video, read your sentences carefully, and do the matching. Great job! You seem to be on the right track. So, 2 out of the 3 sentences are illustrations of the comparative form, comparing two people, things, actions, situations, or ideas. Can you decide which ones they are? Definitely, these are sentences 1 and 3, with the adjectives easier than and as informative as. What about sentence 2? Absolutely, this is an illustration of the superlative form, comparing a person, thing, action, situation, or idea with several of the same kind. I find studying at night easier than studying during the day. That was the first sentence in the previous exercise. How is the comparative formed in this sentence? Great! We've got the adjective easy, which is a short adjective, plus er plus than. And this is the rule of short adjectives in the comparative form. Notice that the y at the end of the adjective easy was replaced by I. Can you give me similar examples? Very good. Heavy, heavier. Funny, funnier. And pretty, prettier. Let's carry on with the same sentence and keep exactly the same meaning, but this time use the adjective difficult instead of easy. Who can help us with the answer? Very good. I find studying at night less difficult than studying during the day. Now, let's do the opposite and start the sentence the other way round, still using the adjective difficult. Do you need some thinking time? I don't think so. Great! Your answer is definitely correct. I find studying during the day more difficult than studying at night. So, how do we form the comparative for long adjectives? Alright, more or less plus long adjective plus than. Our journey with comparisons is still going on, but this time the focus is on superlative forms, so stay tuned and keep focused. Let's examine this sentence. From which adjective is the superlative form the best derived? Definitely, it is derived from the adjective good. And what type of adjectives good is? Absolutely, it is an irregular adjective. And your grammar reference, pages 92-93, provides you with a list of irregular forms. One more sentence to examine in relation to superlative forms. Peter is the fattest of the three. Can anyone infer the superlative form used in this sentence? Excellent! The plus fat, which is a short adjective, plus est. And this is how we form the superlative for short adjectives. It should not go unnoticed that the T in fat is doubled. Can you cite any similar examples? Great answer as always expected. Slim, slimmer, slimmest. Hot, hotter, hottest. And big, bigger, biggest. The questions that may pop up to our minds are the following. What's special about these adjectives? Why do we have to double the last letter? Amazing! When the adjective is one syllable long, as is the case with the ones displayed, and ends in a consonant preceded by a single vowel, we have to double the final consonant. Let me remind you that a one-syllable adjective is one that has only one vowel. To end up with superlative forms, let us study the following sentence. Hank seems the most confident of the three. And the same question over and over again. How is the superlative formed in here? Great! The plus most plus confident, which is a long adjective. And here is the rule of the superlative form with long adjectives. Another way to compare between people or objects is the one to come in the following sentence. This seminar isn't as informative as the one we attended yesterday. How is the comparative formed in this sentence? Absolutely, as plus adjective plus as. In this sentence, the comparative is preceded by not. And in this case, it is a comparison of difference. And here is the rule with one more example. Not so or as plus adjective or adverb plus as to show difference. This laptop isn't so expensive or as expensive as we thought. However, if we remove not, it becomes a comparison of similarity. And the rule is here. As plus adjective or adverb plus as. He is as smart as his brother. Still more to learn about comparisons in exercise B, page 30. Click the pause button, please. Read the sentences below and answer the related questions. Are you done? Fabulous! Let's discuss our answers then. Which sentence means that there isn't much difference between the documentaries? And which means that there is a big difference between them? And which words in the sentences determine the meanings above? You are simply great! The first sentence means that there is a big difference between the documentaries, and the word used to express that meaning is far. However, the second sentence means that there isn't much difference between them, and slightly is the expression used to convey that meaning. Now, can we use other words to replace far and slightly? Of course, yes. We can replace far by expressions like a lot more or much more interesting than. And we can replace the word slightly by expressions like a little more interesting or a bit more interesting. Now, what's the function of such expressions in the comparatives? Absolutely, they are simply used to grade the comparatives. Can you think of other examples, but this time using short adjectives? Wow, what a nice sentence! The lesson is much easier than I expected. Any other example, please? All right, this soup is tastier than the one I tried in the other restaurant. One last point to learn about comparisons in today's lesson is the following in exercise C, page 30. Read the sentences and match them with the rules A or B. Pause your video, please, and give it a try. Done, right? Let's focus on sentence 1. The more you apply yourself, the better you will perform. Which structure is used in this sentence, and what is it used for? Absolutely. The structure used here is the plus comparative form plus the plus comparative form. And this is used to describe two actions or situations, one of which comes as a result of the other. It is evident that in sentence 2, the structure used is comparative form plus and plus comparative form, and this is indicating a continual change. More and more people are enrolling on computer programming courses. The best way to assess our learning and to get the hang of it is through practice. And for this, we need to refer to exercise D, page 30. What are we asked to do? Let's read our instructions carefully. Complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence, using the word given. And do not change the word given. You must use minimum 2 words and maximum 5, including the word given. Here is the first sentence. Let's discuss it as an example. I can't get a better mark in maths than this. and the word we are required to use is the. It sounds like we have to use the superlative form for the comparative better, doesn't it? Who can give it a try? Well done! This is the best mark I can get in maths. Notice that we have followed the instructions and we have used no more than 5 words. It's your turn now. Pause the video, please, and give it your best shot. Finished, right? Fantastic! Let's discuss and display the right answers for you to check your own. In sentence 2, as you can see, we are again required to use the word the. But do you think we have to use the superlative as we did in the previous sentence? Certainly not. Actually, this reminds us of the following sentence together with the following rule. So, the right answer cannot be other than this. The more Carl practiced, the easier tennis became. Sentence 3 requires us to use the word match. And I'm sure you still remember this box. So, what can be the right answer? Excellent! I expected the course to be much easier. That's why I dropped out. The word that we have to use in sentence 4 is not. And the first thing that comes to our mind in this case is the following. So, the right answer is the museum was not so large or as large as we expected. 5 and 6 are the last sentences in this exercise. Let me display the right answers and help you recall some of the rules. Let's start with sentence 5. As you can see, the word and is the one we have to use to complete the sentence. And while doing that, this is what we have to keep in mind. So, the right answer for sentence 5 is the following. As you progress through the book, the maths problems become harder and harder to solve. Moving on to the last sentence in this exercise, the right answer is the following. Online courses are less expensive than they used to be. You did great, right? You are always up to my expectations. Before passing to the closure, I can never forget to remind you that you can always refer to your grammar reference for more clarifications and explanations. In the closure of our lesson, we will be relating to real life and to the current situation. Before versus after Corona. Use different forms of comparison to compare life before and after Corona. You can make use of the following adjectives. Can we share some of your sentences? Great! Life before Corona was safer and less boring. However, life after Corona is more challenging and is not as secure as it was before. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. This video will be available on Microsoft Teams. Thanks for watching.